Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Killshot from 999 Gaming, and we are doing the Walking Dead live stream, and we're going to talk about who Negan killed again, and we're going to talk about some hints, some clues, because when I was doing the live stream the other day, you guys left some really, really good advice. You were like, stop the video at this point, this is Rosita, and just a bunch of different things going on. So we're going to do some shout-outs, get this thing going. We're going to talk a little bit about Walking Dead. We'll talk a little bit about Road to Survival, and I also want to tell you a little bit of how I want to start doing this, because I think there's a big forum of people out there. There's the Spoiling Dead fans page. There's people at other YouTube sites that do theories. And what I'd like to do is do a live stream either after Walking Dead. I don't want to compete with Chris Hardwick too much with Talking Dead, but a couple times a week, just get all those folks together and talk about our theories. Because a lot of times if you leave a post on my site or Spoiling Dead's fan page, it may take a day or two before somebody responds to you. So here we can prepare questions in advance and just do a lot of live chat. So I'm glad to have all of you guys here. Got a couple shout outs. You guys know how I like to start out videos, so I'm going to say what's up to Mining Wolf, Island Wolf, Billy J Gaming, and a whole lot of people in chat right now. There's like 58 people watching, so hopefully some people go back and check out the playback. And we did the live stream the other day. At different points, there were between 700 and 800 people, so I know it ramps up. People come in the door, out the door. If you guys come in, just high five that like button on the way in the door to show me a little bit of love. And I'm recognizing a lot of familiar faces and actually some people that I haven't seen before. So I've got Weird Walking Dead Theories, Johnny App Gaming, Dom Dobson, Levi, I recognize you, What's Up Random, Sick OJ, Orion Robinson. If you guys are new, I'll do shout outs all throughout the video. What we're going to do for today's video, because I want to do some still shots and talk about the video that I just posted. I'm not going to do some giveaways today, so don't be disappointed. I hope like 50 people don't leave. But as this ramps up a little bit, maybe the next one, if I do this 2 or 3 times a week, and you guys know I've done some live streams before, I'll give away iTunes cards, PlayStation cards. But what I'd like for you guys to do, if I don't answer your question during this video, message me and say, hey, Kills, for the next live stream, I'd like to ask this or ask that, because I would like to recognize you as well, too. So a lot of things going on. Jared, you're not new. Come on, man. I recognize you. You're all over the place. Tony Thunder, Daryl Dixon, Vlad. I recognize a lot of you guys, and you guys are really, really loyal people. I am going to address one topic as we go through. Actually, you know what? It's water under the bridge. Let's just talk about this a little bit. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video that I posted earlier today. I'm going to stop it. Some of the theories you guys are going to say, okay, look, Kills, it's a good theory. Sometimes you're going to say, all right, that's just wacko. But bear with me, because this is the way we solve things. Because as we start to eliminate people, I know, look, a couple months ago, when you'd go on a Spoiling Dead fans page, you heard everybody. And then Spoiling Dead came out and said, it's Glenn, it's Abraham. Well, we've all said that. I've probably said different people. But when they said it, it became a little bit more real, I guess, because 300,000 people started believing it. But there's still some people sort of hang on to their theories. They're like, no, there's no way. It's going to be Rick. I swear it's going to be Rick. It's going to have to be Rick. But if we kind of put our collective brain power together, I can't even say the word. I guess you need to have brain power to say brain power. If we put all of our collective thoughts together, I think we can really understand this theory. So I'm throwing some random stuff out there, and I'm also going to use some of your ideas. So earlier today, I talked a little bit about the ambulance. Now, if you guys remember, in the back of the van, they talked about Glenn's POV, right? So in the POV, could have been Daryl, could have been Michonne, could have been Rosita, but a lot of people said it's Glenn in the back of the van. Well, then some people said, well, it was someone in the front of the van. They were looking in the rearview mirror, and there were some bars there. And I kind of debunked that a little bit, but then I got to thinking about this whole mirror theory a little bit. And I want you guys just to bear with me. You don't have to buy into it, but at least you can give me a little bit of, we can talk about it a little bit. And I'm going to read some of your questions so you get credit for those in there as well, too. So I was messing around. Some hidden clues and some hints. Yep. And there's a little bit of the video. Let's scroll fast forward. You guys probably saw. So ambulance backwards, and if you look in the rearview mirror, it spells it the right way, right? So let's go to the lineup, and we'll stop it right here on the lineup. So what's weird about this is that this lineup was very, spread out, and you guys saw it. Well, now with the promos and the poster and everything, it looks like he might have moved. So I'm going to ask you guys this question right now. So POV, POV could be Michonne. It still could be Rosita. The POV could be Glenn, or the POV is not important at all. So I'm going to leave that with what some of you guys are thinking. So do you think, let me ask this question, and then we'll pause a little bit. Do you think that this is the lineup and it's going to stay this way, or do you think that AMC is going to add something to it, like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then he gets to the end and he goes, my mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are not. What is he going to add something extra to it? And do you think he's going to move somebody out in front of everyone else? So let me know what you guys think about that, and I'm going to read through some of your comments. while we're doing that, shout out to James Kim. What's up, JK? Enrique, what's going on? David Martinez, there's your shout out. What's up, Carolina Mosca? Emma McIntyre, how you doing? She was hyped up before we even got started. Come on, Doombringer, don't spam me, buddy. So you think it's, so Sir Noob says he thinks it's going to stay. We got Miss KN says POV is not important. Really, come on. All right, give me a second, guys. Dude, you know, don't come on my channel with some stupid name like that and spam. I mean, it's just, first of all, we're going to block you. I mean, come on. You guys, I don't have a lot of ground rules here, but if you're racist, or if you come and you make like connotations, different orientations, I'm just going to block you. I mean, you'd think at this point in society that people just aren't this stupid. I'm sorry to interrupt the video because I have a lot of fun with you guys, but come on. I mean, honestly, just have a little bit of sense, man. There's nothing funny about some stupid name and spamming chat. It's just disruptive to everybody. So, all right, sorry, a little bit of sidetrack. Let me get it reeled back in. So, Biohazard is saying clues were left. Ethan, I think that the lineup should stay the same. So, Raisin Girl, the question was, and I'll repeat it one more time. This is the way the lineup was at the end of Season 6, where he did the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. But now with the poster, there's the thought that maybe they tighten up a little bit, maybe he moves them. Or is the poster just for, is it for play? Because what's going to be important with that, with the POV, is going to be the next thing that I'm going to show you guys. Bastard Devil, what's up? Happy birthday. So, yeah, I know. Usually I don't want to give trolls attention, but I don't want somebody with like a racist name just spamming chat. So, I mean, you got to block them. Sorry. So, Ignacio says he doesn't think the lineup's going to change. All right, so we're all in pretty one. We're mostly leaning in that direction. But we are going to have some differing opinions. So, let's go forward just a little bit, and we'll look at the poster. All right, so there's the poster. And we'll stop it right there. All right, now for the poster, obviously, because you do need to get that tighter angle, but what's important with this is what I want you guys to pay attention to, is you got the headlights all around, and you got Eugene, Carl over on that side, and then you still got the same, even though the poster is the same, they're in the exact same order. So you got Daryl and Rosita, and you still got Glenn on the side. So do you guys think when Negan is swinging the bat, that whether it's this lineup or the previous lineup, you think he's going to hit somebody in the middle? And no one's going to do anything about it. And that's where I think that it makes more sense, even if we think the first hit is going to be Eugene or Glenn. So this is where I'm going to lean a little bit more toward and say Glenn. And I know Spoiling Dead says it's going to be Abraham and it's going to be Glenn second. I feel like it's going to be Glenn. But you guys, so think about that 1 second. But table that for just a second. And this is going to get a little bit fuzzy. If you guys want to see, all right, we'll stop it right there. So this is the silhouette picture. So in the silhouette picture, and you can see it a little bit better on AMC site, this is obviously third generation. But I'm just going to explain the picture, and then it'll make a little bit more sense when you see it. So this particular angle, if we think POV is important, why are we looking at the back of Negan? When we saw the initial POV, we were looking right down the barrel of the bat, right? So what do you guys think is the difference? So something had to change. If this is actually filmed, and we said the lineup's not going to change, nothing is, well, something did change. So either they're going to add something additional to it, or now we have a camera angle from the back. You guys still sticking with me here? All right, because we're going to go for a wild ride here in a second. And I welcome all your thoughts. We'll pause it for a second. So this is what I'm going to theorize. And you guys can, beat it down. You can do whatever you want to do. All right, we'll let everybody catch up. Not killing two people. So Batista says, no, it ain't going to happen. All right, so Batista. All right, let me call on one subscriber right now. So Batista, why is he not going to kill two people? Opinion, theory, give me some leverage. Don't just say he's not going to do it. There's no reason, there's no rationale to it. And hey, I'll buy into it. But if you think he's not going to kill two, and I'll give you reasons why I think he's going to kill two, but I'll call on a couple of people to tell me your kind of theory behind that. So type some of your responses, why you think it's only one person. If it were just Glenn, would we need a cliffhanger? If it were just Abraham, is Abraham a significant enough character? Don't you think that with this premiere, it's got to be something big, it's got to be something that people remember? And you don't have Glenn and Abraham on set. It's not a matter of, I don't know if it's a matter where the story needs it. This is where I would disagree with you a little bit, and then we'll move on to somebody else. There's a lot of characters waiting in the wings, and we're passionate about these characters, and we say we need to keep 2 people. They could use to kill a few people, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, you can't put 10, 11, 12, 20 stars over and over and over again. Jesus is getting no airtime. Dwight is getting no airtime. Gregory's got a story to tell. Negan's going to come on board. You got 4 powerful, Ezekiel, you got 5 powerful characters right there. You could easily lose 2 or 3 people and still have enough star power to make it happen. So some of these people are going to start to go by the wayside. So anyway, we can agree to disagree. So all right, let's move forward with this. So with this particular angle, why are we looking at Negan from the back? Well, I'm going to go back to your POV. Just stick with me for a moment. There was a van. There were images. Now I'm not saying that there's a big, huge mirror behind Negan that you're going to see this. However, if this were a reflection, you would have a reverse image. So look over on the right. On the right, you now have Rosita, and on the left, I'm going to say this is Daryl. And the reason I'm going to say Daryl is the shoulder line. If you look at Daryl, let's go back a little bit. Look, there's no arms. There's no neck. Watch the way Daryl is slouched down. Look at Daryl. In both pictures, in the poster and also in this picture, he slouched down both times. Eugene is up. Abraham is up. Daryl, you can see his head goes right into his shoulder. So if you look at that silhouette over on the left side, I'm saying that's Daryl. And if it were Glenn as a POV, look, I don't know how well you can see if you get beat down with a bat or if there's a mirror, there's a reflection, but that would justify why we see the back of Negan. If Glenn were looking, that would be Glenn's angle, would it not? Or if someone were looking, wouldn't that be the angle? If they saw like a reflection, you'd see the back of Negan and you'd see the front of Daryl and Rosita, and you would also see them reversed. So, just saying. Think about it for a second, and let me know what your thoughts are. It could. I'm not saying it couldn't be Eugene. So Random Koala says nothing matters. It was a twist. It could, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I preluded this with could everything change. If everything changes, I get it. You know, I'm fully on board with it. So all right, let's move forward. We'll talk about something else, and we'll go back. I'm just planting some seeds, and I'll read your questions. Hang on. I know. Don't worry about the kids spamming, because I'm just going to read your questions. I'm not worried about what they say. All right, let's go to Raisin Girl. So Raisin Girl, I don't think they would change the lineup, but I do think they'll add more between Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and the actual hit. So I think that's an excellent call out. And Raisin Girl is very active on a lot of the videos, so I want to thank you for your feedback. All of you guys, I appreciate a lot of you guys showing up. Biohazard, thank the group and the reaction. We all think of Abraham seeing someone. Absolutely. I think Abraham is a wild card. So if Abraham is that, that crazy, all right, hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm reading a couple more comments. Okay, what if that was the POV of the second victim? That is Emma. Very possible. I mean, that's something we need to talk about, right? So maybe somebody's down, and then this all happened. What is real concerning to me is if this is all of us, like this is our group. So there's 200, 300 people there. And this is are we going to sit back and watch? No, that's an unfair question because there's only 11 of them, and there's like 20 saviors. So I guess they really don't have any choice. Yeah. It's hard to put yourself in that situation, but I do think the characters have to take a little bit larger than life, and you have to put yourself in each character's position. This is why I think if Abraham gets hit first, it's tough because there's people right beside Abraham, and that's a big, big swing. That's going to take out like 4 people. It's going to take out Maggie and Michonne. But Glenn over to the side, it could definitely take out Glenn, and then Abraham interrupts because, you know, you don't know exactly. I think Negan's going to switch it up a little bit. And you don't know exactly when the swing's going to come down. But AMC has been known to mix things up in the past before. Here's a question. Hey, 999, do you think Daryl will see a similarity of Dwight? I think Daryl and Dwight are, my thought is I think they're going to become partners at some point, believe it or not. I know Daryl has a lot of animosity. Now, Daryl may end up killing Dwight at some point for revenge, but I think there's going to be a partnership somewhere between Dwight, because Dwight wants to get away from Negan. I think Dwight's tired of his wife sleeping with Negan. He's tired of, you know, he had to give his wife away, then his wife came back, and he got his face burnt, and I think he's just looking for an exit strategy. And Daryl may provide that exit strategy. And I think Daryl might be at least a little bit understanding of what Dwight did, but maybe not totally forgiving. All right, so let's move forward a little bit. 181 people, real quick while we got to pause. If you guys can all just slap the like button while we're going, and I'm going to go on to the next part that we can talk about. We're going to shoot this one down really quickly. I just put this one in the video so we have something to talk. Oh, actually, hold on. By the way, my mirror theory, right after Negan does the swing, you guys go back and watch the video, there's a reflection. So I don't know if you guys can go in and make out what that is in the reflection. I don't know if that looks like, to me, it starts out as a mirror, and then it turns into a fire, and then the AMC logo. But I would be very interested to see what that is. Is it a table? Is it a chair? Is it a person? I don't know. Anyway, if you guys can go through and figure that out, I would love to hear your thought process. Okay, moving forward, we're probably going to shoot this one down. This was not my idea, but I put it in there because a few people had entertained it. Zombie Glenn, Walker Glenn. It would probably be a little bit more smashed if it was. So, you know, we can probably say no. Or if you really think this is Zombie Glenn, then say yes. Let me know what you guys think. Kyle, how did Dwight's face get burnt? So I'll give a little bit of 2 cents. So Negan basically took Dwight's Dwight and wife is Dwight's. That's a brand new word. Write that down. So Sherry basically was with Dwight. Now, if she has the option, I think they can get free stuff, right? Is that the way it works? And if she goes back, she has the opportunity to go back, but if she does, Negan is going to burn the face, and I think he did it to Mark, and he also did it to Dwight. He just disfigures them. And then they got to steal their stuff again and fight. So I'm getting some yes Glens. I'm getting some yes Zombie Glenn, so it's not 100%. I doubt it's Glenn too, but a few people mentioned that to me, and I just wanted to kind of throw it up there for you guys. But yeah, there are a few people saying that it could be. It could be, yeah. If it was Zombie Glenn, I think the head would be mashed up. But it was interesting that they focused. All right, yeah, somebody called on to Dwight's. All right, let's move forward a little bit to another part. Aaron. Somebody said this could be Eugene. I ain't buying it. Jawline. The jawline is definitely not Eugene. Eugene has like 4 chins. So I think this is Aaron. And you guys, I'll give you 3 choices. Aaron, Eugene, or nobody. Let me see what you guys come up with here. I'm getting not Aaron. What else we got? Who else? Yes, that's Aaron. Dylan is saying it's Aaron. Hair's too short. Yes, Aaron. Yes, it's Aaron. I think it's Aaron. It even looks like the same haircut to me along the side. Same sideburns. I mean, we obviously can't see the front. So a lot of people are on board. They do think this is Aaron. So if that's the case, so let's say at least, you know, we got what, almost 200 people, over 200 people here. So a good 180 of us are probably saying that's not. So we can rule Aaron out altogether. So we probably at this point, we got Rosita ruled out, we got Aaron ruled out, and we more than likely we got Daryl ruled out. But there are still some people saying it's Daryl. Okay, good stuff here. All right, so tell you what, we're going to move forward to the next part here. And we'll talk about Enid and Carl. But go ahead and throw some questions up in chat real quick. I'll slow it down a little bit. Does anybody think Heath should have more airtime? Guys, I'm really sorry. Heath needs to have more hair time. I'm going to hear about the end of that too. That was Jeckett. Heath will get more airtime. I think there was a rumor that Heath was going to be starring on another show, and they weren't sure he was going to come back. So the fact he's back, I think, from the preview that I saw, looks like he's going to be very involved. Could be a savior. It's not John Cena. So you think that Abraham's going to stand up and somebody's going to fire an arrow in the back of his... So yeah, they're going to make his comic book death happen one way or another. We told you we'd get back to it. Hashtag hair time. There you go. Lady Irene will not let me forget it. Thank you. All right. So real quick, this is like halftime. So we've been going at this for about 20 minutes. So a few more ground rules for you guys. Some of you guys I know are from... and I won't ask just for everything. A lot of you guys follow me on the Walking Dead Road to Survival. Some of you guys have watched the theory videos. Some of you guys are from other YouTube channels. And also, we got some people from Spoiling Dead. So my goal here is just to reel a lot more people in. So we get a bigger and bigger forum. We talk about more ideas. We figure it out. It's not really a matter of whether Kills is right, Kills is wrong. I'm just going to throw a bunch of theories out there and we'll dissect them. Some of my theories are going to be really, really dumb. I'll tell you guys in advance. But some of them we're going to have some fun with. And, we'll do some shout-outs and we'll all kind of be involved in it. So what's up, that boy, 614? Shout out to you. I'll get shout outs a little bit later. Tracy Bledsoe says, it seems like Carl is going to have a lot more airtime this year. He could, this coming up season. Wait, here's another question. This is Weird Walking Dead Theories. Do you think it's Glenn because of the car headlights in the trailer? They're the same ones in the finale. I think it's Glenn for a lot of reasons. I think it adds up to Glenn. Okay, here is something else too, since we're going to transition. So you guys know Comic-Con happened this weekend, and there was a panel, and the comic book star guy, he interviewed Negan, Rick, Daryl, and Glenn. So, and you guys know the whole Robert Kirkman lies about almost everything. So he put Negan on the spot, and he said, did you kill anybody? I don't know if you guys saw this interview. If not, I'll link it. You can go back and watch it. And he said, no, I didn't kill anyone here. So now there's this theory that either Negan is lying or he did not kill Glenn because Glenn was there. But I don't know about you guys, but I watched several of the interviews, and Stephen Yeun did not seem his normal self. Maybe it's because I've been predicting Glenn and Abraham for a long time, but he just didn't seem that engaged. Like, Daryl was very lively, Negan was lively, the other actors were involved, but Glenn was just kind of off to himself and just didn't participate a whole lot. So, anyway, what else we got? All right, I'm going to take all right, we'll get to a few more questions because there's a lot of stuff. And guys, if I hadn't called on your question, I will get back to it, so we'll catch up because we got a lot more people that are kind of jumping in. So I want to move forward a little bit. So here's Enid, right? So Spoiling Dead's fan page posted this picture, and this is almost the exact same place. Look, it's the same road. You can see in the background. It's her with the backpack, and Carl's there. Now, some people are going to say, well, Carl, the actors are paid to be on set. To me, this looks like Carl's involved with the filming of it, so I'm going to say Carl is pretty safe. So you guys on board with that? I think most people will be, but if not, we can talk about it a little bit. So the fact that we got Enid there filmed, they don't show Carl in the trailer, but we do have a live picture that someone took from Spoiling Dead's fan page that showed this exact moment. So I'm saying Carl is still alive. You guys good with that? So we can just kind of say he didn't kill the kid. Plus the fact I think Carl's story arc is going to be, and you guys know there's going to be some spoilers in here. Carl's going to jump in the back of the truck. Carl's going to be a madman. He's going to mow down some people. I think Carl's got a lot more stuff that he needs to tell. All right, so I think we're pretty good with that. We all seem to be on the same page. What's up, B Moon, Amy Beer? How you doing? So, recognize a lot of people. What's up, Kyle, Ethan, football? A lot of you guys. Awesome group, man. All right, moving forward a little bit. So we can probably put that one to rest. Negan's chopping walkers. I don't know. I just thought that was a pretty sweet scene. He's pissed about something. So here we go. Let's have some fun with this. So this is a little bit of a roadblock. Negan runs into walkers. We see the dark side. What is Negan pissed about? Here, I'll ask you guys. What just happened? And keep it somewhat clean, but I'll read some of your comments. So put you guys on the spot. What fired Negan up so much? And we'll see who comes up with the most creative answer. This is going to be a lot of We got some clever people, so I'm putting you guys on the spot, but I'm expecting something pretty exciting. What could make Negan this angry? I'll get you guys some shout outs in a little bit. What's up? Rick Fisher. Give you guys just a second. Tyler Fallon. Carl and Negan having a relationship. I guess, yeah. Dwight's betraying him. Okay. That's probably a serious one. He broke Lucille. I like that one. So that is Lights Out production. He broke Lucille. He got cut from the baseball tryouts. Emma McIntyre. Very good. Very good. Daryl escaped the sanctuary. That actually could be a legitimate one. Does Negan have to kill? Let's see. Lucille was thirsty. I don't think. Did he? It happened so fast. Did he use Lucille on that? Maybe he did. But I tried to watch it in slow motion. I couldn't see if it was actually Lucille. Maybe it was. What else we got? Miss Robin says Negan looks like he's just mad for no reason. That's pretty legit. What else? We'll get a couple more. Rick challenged Negan. His daughter died. One of his wives died. Lost his son. Dylan says Daryl leaves. And Enrique, Dwight turned on him. Okay. Nothing confirmed here, but he did look like hardcore Negan. So, and Ethan says maybe more of his men have been killed. Could be. Possibility. All right, let's move forward a little bit to the chase scene. All right. I'm going to predict this. So, and we're going to watch like the first 6 seasons. You guys are going to come back to these videos and say, Kills, man, you were way off on some of this stuff. It's going to be funny, I think, to watch it at some point. So, Dwight on the bike, chasing Daryl, possibly. Daryl's gotten the bike back at this point. What do you guys think? Now, I did watch the scene, and if you go back and watch the trailer, when the blue car goes around the corner, you do get kind of a back view of the person, but you can only see their ear and a little bit of their hairline. It's kind of like the Aaron scene a little bit early. Possibly could be Daryl. But we don't know what transition Daryl's went through up to this point, because Daryl could have been in prison. Daryl could have longer hair. Daryl could have shorter hair. We don't know what he's going to be dressed and what he's going to look like. So I think it is Dwight following Daryl. That's my prediction. And I think a little bit later, Dwight slides the bike, and I think that might be the opportunity for Daryl to exact his revenge or partnership or what. It seems like there were a couple scenes. I know one, Dwight actually walked through. It looks like they're, the scene where Carol was laughing like, she's a mad woman. Well, Dwight was walking through this little hall where people were working, and he grabs this guy like he's doing something, and then he walks around the corner, and I think he looks up the stairs at Sherry. So I think Dwight's leaving, or he's skipping out, he's doing something. So I'm just wondering if he broke Daryl out, if he's chasing Daryl, what the deal is. So let me see what you guys think. A lot of people think it's Dwight and Daryl joining. We don't know if Daryl can drive a car. That's a good thing. That's old TV. I don't know how Daryl's storyline will play out. Yeah, that's going to be Batista. What we think is going to happen is that, I know you don't like the 2 people die theory, but let me go through what several people and other sites have said and what we've kind of surmised. What some of us think is that Glenn gets beat down, Abraham interferes, and 2 people die, but maybe they don't. And then Daryl, as weak as he is, tries to do something, and Daryl gets taken prisoner, and he breaks out, or he gets taken back, or whatever the case may be. So that's the theory. So if Daryl is a prisoner, then maybe Daryl breaks out, Dwight's chasing him. I don't know. Just some theories, just something we can talk about a little bit. Let's see. What does Frostistic say? Frostistic. Dwight could have made it where Daryl could have escaped, but Daryl did not know, so he's trying to run away while Dwight follows. That's a very good theory. I think it's a good possibility. Daryl gets away because he stole his crossbow back. That's James. So Raisin Girl again. Either chase down or run away, or to do zombie bucket head duty. So Caesar, please read. Sorry, Caesar. It's a lot of comments. So I'm just kind of catching you guys as it slows down, but literally I've got 200, 300, 400 comments at one time, so it's just kind of whoever I end up on. Let's see. This is Valicious. What if Daryl ends up taking Holly's death? It's a possibility, but I don't think Daryl's going to die. I think Daryl's too much of the show right now. All right, so as I said earlier, here's the next scene. There's Slide with Norman Reedus. So you see somebody putting the bike down, and I'm wondering if that's right after the chase scene. So, all right, moving forward, let's dispel a couple things. So we did the live stream last week. We only saw just a little bit of this, and it was thought to be Daryl or Maggie. So we can disprove this whatsoever. This is not Daryl, and it's not Maggie. So we saw what we thought could be Daryl in a chase scene. Where's Maggie? And I'm going to leave this up to you. I'm not going to lead the question, so I'm just going to read some of your comments and tell me what you think is going on with Maggie, because I know what I think, and I'll chime in a second, but I want to hear your thoughts. Maggie's not standing behind Negan. What happened to Maggie, or where is Maggie? That's the question. It's going to blow up. It's going to happen really, really fast here. So, all right, just waiting on a few more people. All right, Emma McIntyre is the first to say it. What I think, Maggie's at Hilltop. Southern Boy, Maggie's at Hilltop. I just want to see if a few people, and I've seen people say it, like Maggie dies, the baby dies. There's another. Olda, Maggie's at Hilltop. Tony Thunder, Maggie's at Hilltop. We know she's pregnant, James Kim. Thank you so much. Oh, boy, he's sharp. Let's see. He looks, person's right. No one's, Glenn's right. Maggie will take over Broken Hilltop. So we've got several hundred people are saying Maggie's going to Hilltop. Is she, are they burying Glenn at Hilltop? What do you guys think? So, and we'll probably split on this, because a lot of people at this point are thinking, so possibly, is Glenn going to be buried at Hilltop? Is Glenn going to join Maggie at Hilltop? Or is Glenn going to be alive for all-out war? Let's see what people still think about this. Because there's going to be some people still holding on. Glenn is not dead. Glenn cannot die. He's Atlanta. Atlanta 5. Maggie died giving birth, says Dylan. Mags is dead, says Paul K. Maggie grieving over Glenn. Poisoned pickles. Yeah, it was Enid poisoned her. Yeah, there was some thought for a while that Enid was a traitor. I'm not feeling it anymore, though. All right, so this scene here, I'll scroll through it really quick. This is nobody. You can see the armor. Just a knight. And I don't know. I'm going to throw this up there. If you guys know who this is, please tell me. Somebody said this could be Lily. Somebody named Lily. Could this be a wild version of Sasha? I mean, you know, she's got the army fatigues on. Could she be like growing her hair out, going reckless, avenging Abraham? Is my hope. If Abraham dies, would Sasha avenge him? I mean, would she become a mad woman? So I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this one. So I've heard somebody named Lily. I've heard another name that's out there. But I'm just going to ask, is this Sasha? You know, take a close look. Check out the nose. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyebrows. A lot of people saying they don't. It's not. Michonne, come on. I'm hearing some people say it's Sasha. Look, okay, I get it, RJ. You're saying Sasha's hair is shorter. This might be 5 or 6 episodes down the road. This isn't going to happen from. They're not going to go from the beatdown scene directly to this. I think it's Sasha. Until somebody can give me another name or prove otherwise, I'm going to zoom in on this. I think it's her. She has a lot of different looks. I've seen her character. I've seen her on Walking Dead. I've seen her with curly hair. I've seen her with short hair. If she wanted to go like wild, unwashed, long hair, this could be her. It's just my thought. I'm getting a few people who could say, back and forth, it's Ezekiel. Sid says it's Ezekiel. No. All right, so, you know, out of a few hundred people, there's a good, at least, hey, 30 or 40 people are definitely, actually, we've got more. We've got more on the Sasha thing. Jacket says it could be. Kanye says it could be. Shelly says, no, not Sasha. I need Ninja. I need one of those Spoiling Dead people to let me know who the hell this is. Because they're over there with like binoculars finding out. It ain't Michonne or Michonne or Michonne. None of those. Savior. Could be a savior. The only reason I brought it up is because I'm thinking if Abraham gets beat down, where does Sasha go? All right, let me ask that question. Hypothetical. Because a few people here do think Abraham dies. What happens to Sasha and Rosita if Abraham dies? I got Dylan saying Sasha and Abraham die. It's not John Cena, Mining Wolf. All right, we're getting craziness now. We got the good, the bad. We got the serious. Is it a whisperer? Could be. I'm not an expert on Sasha's hair, but I'm going to scroll it forward just a little bit more. Up. Right there. Right there. Not trying to convince you. Actually, I am trying to convince you a little bit. Back and forth a little bit. Okay. Sasha will go crazy, join a new group. Yeah, I agree with that. The Whispers will not, I don't think they're going to be this early. And do they need to introduce a new character? I mean, when you got Sasha, who has the potential to be a badass, I mean, if Abraham dies, Sasha could be the next, I think she's just going to go nuts. So I think the hair, she could get the hair working in a bunch of different directions. All right, you got a few more people saying it could be. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the panel interview. So the panel interview, if you guys did not get a chance to watch it, please go back and watch it. And I'll just take a quick roll call because I'm going to call on a couple people. So if you saw this panel interview and you saw the question asked to Michael Cudlitz, just type a quick like 5 in chat while I kind of scroll through and read a couple comments, because I'm going to talk about this just for a second because I thought it was very important, unscripted as well too. So Sasha will try to kill Negan. That's what Alton says. She will be the next Carol, Southern Boy. Well, Carol, somebody's got to take Carol's place because Carol has lost her mind. All right, I'm going to wait for a few comments because I'm going to call on a few people to sort of help me out with this as we navigate through it. All right, so I see some I did, some 5s. Emma watched it. So we were all over the place on the panel. So, and I'm paraphrasing here with the Abraham, but they asked the question, and I think Chris Hardwick they were loaded questions. They were softballs. So, he directed a little bit. They knew. Maybe they didn't know what was all going to come, but they had an idea what the question was going to be. But he just had this speech like, it's something worth, Abraham's at this point where he realized there's something worth living for and something worth dying for. And I thought he was the only person that he was really eloquent, not choked up, but he was very serious. And dude has been doing Comic-Con madness. He has been Comic-Con all over the place. So, Abraham take the bat for somebody? Did he meet his moment? And this is why I think Batista, when you said a little bit earlier, like, why do they have to kill 2 people? Because I think maybe the story doesn't need it, but the story would be taken to a whole different level. Glenn takes the comic death. Big, tough Abraham, who has been in, one-liners and, had not really a major part with the group, but has a chance to die for somebody. I think that escalates his death to a different level. Because somebody even asked me this question. They said, why would they keep Abraham alive and steal his comic book death just to kill him a couple episodes later? Because I think you could kind of cement his role in history if he's the one that jumps in and takes a bat for somebody. Who else is going to do that? So, it did sound like he was going to die from the speech. Emma McIntyre, I agree with that. That's what I felt like. I think he wanted to die up on Hilltop when he was getting choked. I think when they're driving in the RV and the sunlight shining down on his face. I think when he hugs Eugene, the bro hug, it just, to me, there was so much focus on Abraham in the last episode that I felt like Abraham right off the bat. But then I do think that Glenn's got to die. At some point, the comic book fans are going to go ballistic if this guy keeps dodging death. So he's a peaceful place. He's ready to die. That's why I feel like it's 2. But like I said, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And that is kind of, that's pretty much what I got to talk about, guys. So let me go back. We'll stop it on something that, we'll go back here and just have a little bit of Q&A. This ran a little bit over. I want to do this 30, 40 minutes. So what we'll do is I'll take a few questions, read some of your comments. I'm going to do some shout-outs. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So if you guys would, like I said before, if you guys wouldn't mind just hitting the like button, or when this goes live, if you guys could go back to the video and leave in the comments. If this is something you guys would like to see on a regular basis, I'll do something like this 2-3 times a week just to sort of pull us all together. Any new information, I'll read some of your questions, some of your discoveries, all of you, all of the things that you guys have to say. I really appreciate, what you guys do. So let's take about 5 minutes. I'll read through some of the comments. So we got Eric Frederick. So he says, and you're right, so much focus on Abe. He had his moment things, though. So did Eugene, kind of like Herschel died. Yeah, Eugene did. So I would not be surprised. I don't think it's going to be Eugene, Eric, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I could be wrong. What else we got here? Can you get a shout out? Koala. Random Koala. What's going on? Will Jesus save them? That's a good question. I don't think Jesus will. Could Jesus possibly interrupt this scene or get there a little bit late to the party? That's a great question. Could you guys see that happening? Let me pose that to the group. We still got several people here. Somebody dies. Maybe somebody else dies. A little bit of chaos. They grab Daryl and sort of run out. No, because they have to sort of take charge of Alexandria. I think they got to take care of what they're going to take care of, pack everybody up, leave, and then the group's just going to be left to mourn, pack up, and take Glenn and Abraham and bury them wherever they're going to bury them. So yeah, it's entertaining to think that a couple people die and then Jesus comes and gets some Hong Kong Phooey on some people. But yeah, I think Jesus' role with that is going to be much later. Jesus is going to save them at some point, and he's going to be a badass, but not in the scene. I think he's a little too late because they don't know where they are. Morgan doesn't know where they are. Carol, they're stuck in the middle of nowhere. So nobody's coming to save them. Hey, Kills, have you thought about playing The Last of Us? Yes, but I'll get back to you on that. My time is really, really tight right now. Let's see, have to hop off. All right, see ya, Amy. Pleasure. Thank you for joining. A few people are going to hop off very, very soon. As I said, we're going to just do a couple minutes of Q&As. Let me do this really quick. So this is like my shout-out because, with a couple hundred people, it's hard to do it. It goes really, really fast. So let me get just like a minute of quick shout-outs. That way people watching the video don't totally freak out. And then a couple people can log off that need to log off, and I'll hang around for some Q&A. So here we go. Shout-outs. So I want to say what's up to Greens Pyro, Tony Thunder, David Martinez. What's going on? Anthony Longoria, Emma Jones, Aiden Doyle. If I called your name out before, it's going to happen really fast, so I'm going to start going through. Just type shout out in chat, and I'll see if I can keep up with you guys. Come on, Gavin. What's up, Sir Newbie? Travis McIntyre, RJ, Southern Boy, Light Out Productions, Billy Bob Joe, my boy, Digital, Jania Resolution. What's up, FaZe? Aiden, Alton, Biohazard, Deathclaw, Gift Myself. Oh, man, it's too fast. I can't keep up. I'm trying. Batista, Lady Irene, Negan Daryl, Trey. If I were giving you a shout-out, come on, guys. You guys are making it too difficult for me. I've given people shout-outs, and they're still typing, like over and over again. It's giving me a headache. Okay. If you guys could see my screen, it literally is like 1,000 miles an hour. All right, I'm going to slow it down. Zombie Gaming, Prince, Jamie, what's up? Zane, Caleb, Jeckett, Yannick Gamer. Okay. All right, we're good. Guys, I'm going to take about 3 questions here, and before we do that, we will do more live streams. The next live stream I do, you guys tune in. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll do some giveaways. We'll do some trivia. We'll do some challenges. I don't know, maybe 20, 30 bucks. We'll see how it goes. If we get enough people watching, we get 10,000 people, then who knows? Maybe I'll give away $100 gift cards. I'll scroll to whatever audience is. The bigger audience, the more we will do. Sometimes we may just do it and just, I may kind of feed off your ideas because you guys give some really, really wonderful solutions So from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, I thank all of you guys for tuning in. I'm having a blast with this. Let's get 2 or 3 more questions, and I'll answer those. And then if you guys want to shout out or you have other questions, when the video goes live, if you guys can leave it in the comments, please. And if you guys have any additional messages you want to message me, anything video games related, if you just want to message me and say hello, then feel free to do that as well too. All right, so Random Koala, do you think any other major characters will die after the Negan scene? Yes, I do. I think within the first few weeks, probably going to have another person die. Carol, I don't think Carol's got a long lifespan left, to be honest with you, because once you go off the deep end, I don't think she's coming back. I think Carol goes crazy and commits suicide. I think she's going to be a person that's going to be out very soon. So there's question number 1. If you had to pick someone to die, who would it be? That is such a hard question because I don't want any of them to die. Glenn. And I'm just saying that not because I want Glenn to die, but because I think it's overdue, and I think it makes sense for Glenn to die. So just for that reason. Not because I want to get rid of him, because actually I like all of them. And one more. So what's up, Paul K? My boy. Appreciate it. And waiting for one more question. How many characters do you think are going to die this season? That's tough. 3 or 4? Because there's 3 or 4 characters just waiting in the wings. And hey, you got to pay contracts. I mean, these people aren't free. They're going to get expensive. The longer they keep them around, remember, this is a money-making industry as well too. And a lot of the same question. I've already answered it. So Glenn is my favorite. Would you ever collab with Make a Path presentation? I would be interested at some point in collabing with some other people. Yes, I wouldn't rule out anything. I've watched a couple of Ronnie's videos, and they're good stuff. Also, the folks over at Spoiling Dead. I think we're all trying to do a lot of the same thing. We got good viewers. We got passionate people. But absolutely, maybe I'll hit him up some point, and maybe we'll do like a good cop, bad cop type of thing. But yes, I'm open to doing more stuff on a lot bigger scale. And let's see. I don't know who asked that question, but I'm just reading random questions. So, and it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? Random number. Happy birthday. Kills, do you think new characters that weren't in the comics will come? Maybe, but I think they got so much in the comics that they can still do. I don't know that they need to. Vlad says Negan might not kill anyone. All right. Thanks, everyone. Let's wind this down. You guys know I hate to, if anybody comes on here asking for subs, guys, just ignore them. I mean, there's going to be good stuff and bad stuff. One more question here. This is a pretty long question. This is from Southern Boy. Do you think the whole Ezekiel and CGI tiger in the kingdom is taking The Walking Dead out of its universe? Like it feels more like a fantasy series. I think they had to do something with Ezekiel and the CGI, and you can't have a real tiger on set. So, yeah, it is going to sacrifice a little bit, but I don't think it's going to take it out of its universe. I think it's going to be a dude with a tiger, and it's going to be awesome. This is Lucille, and she is awesome. Thanks, everybody. We're going to cut this out now. I ran over like 18 minutes. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'll be around. I'm going to shut off this stream because it's going to be way too long. And if you guys want to ask some questions, it'll drop down really quick. I'll hang out and I actually type some questions. Thanks again. Watch the playback. Leave your comments. Leave your response to this. My name's Killshot. Peace.